Everyone tells you the cloud is the only way to scale. They're wrong. In an enterprise environment, sending your proprietary data to a third-party API isn't scaling. It's a security liability. One API breach, and your entire intellectual property is public. We've spent the last few months benchmarking the latest open-source models against GPT-4. The gap has closed. With the rise of Llama and LangChain, the orchestration layer is finally stable enough for production. We're talking about sub-second latency and zero data egress. Today, I'm showing you how to build a fully private, local knowledge base from scratch. We'll use Llama for model serving, LangChain for the orchestration, and a local vector store to keep your data exactly where it belongs, on your own hardware. By the end of this video, you'll have a production-ready RAG pipeline that's faster, cheaper, and infinitely more secure than any cloud alternative. You've heard the pitch. Send your data to the cloud, get a smart answer back. Simple, right? Wrong. For an enterprise architect, sending data to the cloud is just a polite way of saying losing control. Think about your proprietary code base, your client lists, your internal strategy documents. The moment that data hits a third-party API, you're trusting a legal agreement to keep your secrets. But agreements don't stop data leaks. They just tell you who to sue after the leak happens. Then there's the token tax. As you scale your RAG pipeline, your API bill doesn't just grow, it explodes. You're paying a premium for the privilege of being locked into a black box. One model update from the provider, and suddenly your carefully tuned prompts stop working. Your entire workflow breaks because someone in San Francisco changed a weight in a hidden layer. Most engineers think the only alternative is spending 6 figures on a server farm and a team of ML PhDs. They think local means slow. They think local means impossible to scale. That belief is exactly why most companies are building their AI strategy on a foundation of sand. Stop sending your proprietary codebase to a third-party API. There is a better way: local orchestration. To build a truly private knowledge base, you need a specific stack. We're talking about the local trinity: Llama, LangChain, and a vector database. First, the engine, Llama. Llama allows you to run powerful models like Llama 3 or Mistral locally with a single command. No API keys, no monthly token bills, no data leaving your hardware. But a model by itself is just a chatbot. It doesn't know your business. That's where LangChain comes in. LangChain is the orchestration layer. It's the glue that connects the LLM to your private data. Here is how the architecture actually works. Step 1, document loading. We take your PDFs, internal wikis, or SQL dumps. Step 2, chunking and embedding. We break that data into small pieces and turn them into mathematical vectors. For the storage, you can go fully on-prem with ChromaDB, or use Pinecone for a high-performance, managed vector layer that keeps your indexing lightning fast. Now, the magic happens during retrieval. When a user asks a question, LangChain doesn't send the query to a cloud provider. It searches your local vector store, grabs the exact paragraph needed, and feeds it into Llama as context. The data never leaves your VPC, ever. Now, the biggest objection. I don't have an H100 cluster in my basement. You don't need one. For enterprise-grade scaling, you use dedicated GPU instances. Platforms like RunPod or Lambda Labs give you raw access to the hardware. You aren't paying for a service, you're renting the silicon. You deploy your Llama instance on a dedicated pod, wrap it in LangChain, and you have a private AI powerhouse that outperforms any shared API in terms of security. This is the shift for AI in 2026. We are moving from AI as a service to AI as infrastructure. Lower latency, Zero data leakage, total control over the model version. This isn't just a preference. For enterprise architects, it's a requirement. Running this on a MacBook is great for a demo, but for enterprise production, you need serious compute. That's where RunPod and Lambda Labs come in. They provide the raw GPU power, H100s and A100s, to serve local models at scale without the cloud lock-in. For your vector storage, use Pinecone. It's the gold standard for managing high-dimensional embeddings as your knowledge base grows. The results are clear. You get frontier-level intelligence with zero data leakage. No more API timeouts. No more worrying about your proprietary IP training a public model. Just raw private performance. Stop leaking your company's secrets to the cloud. I've linked the deployment guides and the best GPU providers in the description below. Hit subscribe to master the local AI stack. Now go build something private.